we hope that would also help our reliance on oil, so that the non-oil sector can be diversified. Yes, not just oil, and quite a lot of other interventions, other bills rather. If you look at what we've done,
How many bills in total do you have?
15.
15.
Yes, 15.
How many has matured to the second reading for now? I don't think any bills in third reading.
No, one has gone through second reading. Oh, so we're in the process. They've just been gazetted and in the process of going into the second reading.
Which is that?
There are quite a lot of them, like about 5 or 6 of them. We have the establishment bill because in our area, being cosmopolitan is densely populated. Take, for instance, Orile is densely populated. The yearnings for medical centers is high. And considering that, so we have an establishment bill of establishing a medical center in Orile. Is an establishment bill and it's there. And a couple of other bills that are impactful. We have venture capital startups too for the young ones. We need to encourage our youths because they are the future of this nation, and the need for them to be well enhanced in terms of having that fund to drop from, to be able to start up from their ideas, and you find out that we're richly blessed. And the other time I was having a discussion with one of our constituents, and I asked the young man, said, where does his interest lie? He said that he loves to sing, he loves to play the guitar. And you can see that level of industry, the musical industry in him. He starts with the studio, and he can gainfully employ others within the constituents, even in Nigeria and as a whole. It's a big industry. So, the startup is usually the issue. But if there is legislation that leans on startup, must be mandatory in that direction, I think it would help. Yes. Yes.
That's great. Now we have the speaker who won his election by an historic number, 356 of possible 360. And it's been that we as aides, we have some direct relationship where we get to observe his leadership qualities, but you are members and he is only Primus interpret. So we ask members to let us gauge the affairs of the house under his leadership. How will you rate the house as an institution under the leadership of Speaker Pastor Moses?
My speaker is a good man. I would say leadership is selfless. And as a leader, Right Honorable Tajuddin Abbas is a listener, a very humble person. He's someone that actually extends his love beyond bounds. The ability to bring different tendencies together, you must give it to him. And you will see that's what he draws out from his vision, the People's Parliament. The People's Parliament. That means that he's someone that wants to get feedbacks. He wants us to go to the town halls. He wants us to go to the people to be able to get feedbacks and be able to use that to drive lawmaking and policies. And I must say that working with the speaker has been one of the few. He's been one of the few leaders that I've seen that is selfless. He listens to you at every point in time. He's not been carried away with the euphoria of the power around him. It shows that if Nigeria have such leaders across board, I'm sure that we won't be where we are today. And he's been able to stabilize the house, in terms of his being there at any point in time, So it shows true leadership, and leadership is about selfless service.
It will be 1 year next month.
Yeah.
And
just to add, to reiterate, I'm sure that when we were casting our votes that day, when I stood up to talk, I said he's the best man for the job, and you can see that he's the best.
Indeed.
Yes.
I was going to corroborate that, saying it will be 1 year next month. The house has been calm. I've not heard of any rancor or any noisy session. He has managed to, as much as it is difficult to manage people and their interests, but he has managed to largely show that we have some form of serenity and sanity in the house. I think it's indeed commendable. That's
Yes.
your boss. Okay. With that being, I believe there are certain things, maybe even you yourself, are thoughts of members or lawmakers generally, let alone the general public. Upon getting here, will there be misconceptions we would like to correct, try to re-educate the people, saying, look, it's not exactly like this?
These are things you come by every day. There are misconceptions everywhere, even when
that before coming here, before having to be here as an aide, I never knew there was plenary activities. Yoga guys come 3 days a week for plenary. I think all they do is share money.
Yeah. You see, life itself, it's the way it's structured is that there are misconceptions everywhere. You don't allow misconception to get to you. As long as you're focused, as long as you're doing the right thing, those things are on the other side. Yeah, there are misconceptions that lawmakers are lazy, that all we do, like you rightly said, is they share. But that's not it. You have dedicated lawmakers who are working day and night and burning the candles, who are researching on the need to put in place policies that would drive this country to a greater height, and they're doing research, So there are misconceptions. Even as a family, there are misconceptions, that you've not seen this person and he gets a view about you, So there are quite a lot of misconceptions that you can look at and say that. But for me, I think one needs to be focused. And, with that, you'll be able to drive your point. People will now say, oh, I didn't know that it was like that, and that ability to turn things around is what makes the misconception conceptualized goal for a well-developed personality.
And not because I'm speaking to you at this moment. The few times I come here, the quality of conversations, it raises the notion that only the worst of us represent us in politics. And quite a number of honorables I interact with, it also changes that view, saying, look, these people just go there, they are not competent. Any other young person on the street will do better. No. I think we have competence in politics, particularly. Yeah. Now, as we wrap up, I would like you to look into the camera, honorable, and give your assurances to your constituents. What more should they expect from you as we, in the next 3 years, you get to spend in the house?
Well, first and foremost, I want to give all glory to Almighty God for giving us the opportunity to have spent close to 1 year in office now. I want to thank the constituents for electing me to be their voice, for having confidence in me to represent them in the House. They rest assured that they have a voice in the constituents, they have a voice in the nation that can propel their needs and their needs in terms of short, medium, and long term. And we're working assiduously in the House to make sure that those needs are met and that this country is great and our renewed hope is an assured hope. Thank you.
Thank you. I am Legendary Joe, and this is Chips and Chew. We will keep bringing you contents like this so you get familiar with the activities of the house, what your lawmaker is doing, and then you get to hear firsthand from them genuine and sincere outpouring and as to what you have sent them to do. Thank you. See you next time. Honorable.
Appreciate it.